We have gone live.
Here,
Yeehaw.
here we are.
Wherever we go, there we are. Buckaroo Banzai used to be a much bigger cult hit than it is now.
Buckaroo Banzai, I don't think it was ever big outside the United States.
But by big, I don't mean big.
Mm,
It was one of those movies that flopped at the box office and then
yeah,
became sort of a cult hit when
sure.
it hit home video and HBO.
Yeah, and a few of those are known in Europe, but Buckaroo Banzai is not one of them.
Yeah. That's when I think it became small. I think it became more of a cult hit, kind of like the cult became smaller and smaller.
Hmm.
Captain Finity is here.
What's up?
Like somebody just mentioned, which one was it? Eddie and the Cruisers is so many years old today. That was another one that, once again, was not flopped at the box office, but then became a hit once it hit HBO. But nobody mentions it anymore. It's like
Hmm.
it's not even a cult hit anymore, Eddie and the Cruisers. It's like just forgotten. Things just get forgotten. What comic book was a hit and then got forgotten? It's tough in comic books because almost all the hit comic books are corporate. Yeah, Eddie and the Cruisers had a sequel too. That's right.
Hmm.
And who was it? The Beaver Brown Band. Oh, can't remember the lead singer. That's who actually sang the Eddie and the Cruisers songs. John Cafferty in the Beaver Brown Band? No,
I don't know.
I can't remember now. But it's definitely in the Beaver Brown Band. Ah. But I think there's very few like cult hit comic books
Yeah.
just because I mean there's successful indie comics, but they usually go on.
Mhm.
Maybe Cerebus.
Yeah, and stuff like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is known because it transcended the medium.
Right, right. I just saw there was a facsimile of the first issue of Turtles out this week.
Hmm.
I didn't get exact. I got 14 comics this week. I got 4 next week, but this week was 14. It's like, can we even those out a little?
You didn't pick up the new Vertigo by Rem V.
No. Which I just heard somebody say today is Rom V. Okay.
Yeah,
I
technically,
understand
yeah,
that. Though
yeah.
they also was telling us that it's Constantine. And once again I almost wrote a note, but I was like, nah, it doesn't
It's
bother.
always been Constantine. I've never
I
pronounced it any way other than Constantine.
No, everybody pronounces it Constantine because that's the
Nope.
famous person in history. Or what's the other way? I can't even remember now. It's Constantine, right? That's how you pronounce the emperor's name.
Yes.
Then it's pronounced the other way in the
No,
comic book guy.
it's
It's
pronounced Constantine. It's always been pronounced Constantine.
There are people who insist it's Constantine.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about.
I know. Now I'm so confused. I don't know which way is which. Constantine.
Hmm. I mean, we could.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Camelot 3000 was famous when it was published, but I don't see people.
That was kind of forgotten. I see it mentioned every now and then.
Mm,
Wilson is here. Hello
ooh,
there, Wilson.
what's
Hello.
up?
How
How
are
are
you
you guys
doing?
doing today?
Those people are wrong. Yeah.
Yep.
Black Tower, the Raven Conspiracy. I picked it up
Yeah.
too, Paolo. It says
Yeah,
62
That's the
roughly.
Ram V comic.
Ah,
Yeah, it's got some interesting art by Mike Perkins. It looks like a proper Vertigo comic.
Mike Perkins is good. I generally like
Mhm.
his stuff.
And the action even has the it's set in Britain and it has an American going to London. So yeah, proper Vertigo.
Proper Vertigo. I'm good. I'm glad they're getting out some proper Vertigo. Who's the editor on Vertigo now? I don't even know.
Yeah, me neither.
But it's up to them to get some proper Vertigo.
Hmm. Let me get my pirated copy. I want to get the trade for this.
Yeah,
See,
I tried the one Vertigo book that oh God, what's his name? Sean Phillips's son did.
mm,
Ezra Kane, was that the name? The
yeah,
mystery.
hmm,
That one was pretty good, but there was just no reason to buy it as a single comic because it was you could when something is that designed for the trade as Vertigo stuff is. I'm like, I don't know. There's plenty of other comics I get that I can enjoy as comics, as periodicals.
not everything was designed for the trade from the beginning. I think that the first series that was designed for the trade was Transmetropolitan.
Could be. This Mark
Uh,
is Gentleman TGDIF.
yo,
I have the Constantine Age Werewolf. I see you made it to the comic shop this week, Wilson.
I did. I made it there on Wednesday morning, about
Wow.
an hour after they opened up. Was having a
Whoa.
conversation with my brother about, going to the comic book shop. It's like, they're there. They open up early. And do you want me to wake you up before I go to work? My brother's hours are extremely early. Like
Yeah.
he goes to bed at 9 because he has to be up at about like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Wow.
It's just the hours that he has at his job. And so he's like, "You want me to wake you up?" I was like, "No, I have no problem getting up early. I just don't like getting out of bed."
yeah,
There is something to be said of doing that first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Getting they open up at like 8 a.m.
Wow.
I do not need to be in the comic book shop at 8 a.m. if I'm not working at that comic book shop.
right.
But I did decide, let me go early and take care of it. And it was quite refreshing to
Yeah.
get up.
What time
Not
did you arrive?
I arrived. I left
Okay.
home at about, I would say, 8:30,
Mm-hmm.
and I got there about 9. And it was just at the cusp of rush hour is almost over. It's not exactly over since I'm like
Right.
one of the very first stops in the Bronx. I get a seat anyway,
Yeah.
and it wasn't overly crowded because on Wednesdays at the comic book shop it can be quite
Oh
crowded.
yeah.
But at about 9 o'clock in the morning is not as crowded as it would be at like noon,
Yeah.
which I stopped going at noon on a Wednesday because it was just too crowded.
Because everybody's on their lunch break going to the comic shop.
Exactly. So I was able to get there, browse, and I didn't time it, but I'm pretty sure the trip to the comic book shop was longer than the actual shopping in the comic book shop
Oh yeah.
itself. And then being in the city that early, my usual haunts are not open, so it would be like still an hour before book off opens.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, let me not spend any more money. I tend to be, once I'm in the city, I kind of want to stay in it,
Right.
but there's nothing else going on at that early of time. So I was like, let me go home. I got plenty to do at home. And so I got off the train, picked up some breakfast, and ate a little breakfast in the park, and actually read one of the books
Ah.
in the park as I was having breakfast, which was a lot of fun, but at the same time, a bit anxious because I was eating stuff with egg. And again, I don't want
But
to touch the books because my hands were greasy. So it was like, all right, I'll read the book after I eat and clean off from the from the sandwich. So I got to read that book, and then I read the rest of my books. So I can say that I read this week's books.
whoa.
I don't know if I
Whoa.
can say if I remember any of them because I just gave them that one quick read.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to say, it is funny to finally read a lot of these books while they're in the middle of stuff.
And
For
you've got the
example,
earlier stuff. You just haven't read it.
yes. So like Thunderhawks, issue
Uh-huh.
number 5, is basically issue number 15 of the major crossover, and this is where it ends. So it's like, okay, that's an interesting ending. I got to go back and read everything from the beginning, but it is a few things that I thought it was. So
Ju-
again, being a
you're
crossover
you're
between
reading them like when we were
cats,
kids. You read whatever issue you could get.
I read exactly. I was like, I have the back issues. I'm going to read this, and I decided that yes, I could go back and read the rest and enjoy it in one shot, knowing how it ends. And then at the same time, it's like, oh, there is some time traveling shenanigans in it.
Ah,
And it's like, all right, I've enjoyed this. So, again, I cannot say I have a rating for all the books as of
yeah.
yet, but Santos Sisters, A plus.
Hold on. That is one of the ones I got too. For those of you who I've picked up various issues of Santos Sisters. Oh, you got a different cover than me.
Yes, I like this cover a little more. That cover is a great cover.
Yeah,
That
they're
cover is a
all pretty
lot.
good.
It's a lot of fun. But this one was the one that I kind of felt, oh, I like this one a little more.
Right.
So that's why I ended up picking this one up. And this is my A plus of the week as far as reading comic books are concerned.
I don't even remember having a choice between other covers. So, like, there weren't any shelf copies of this. I pre-ordered it, and
Okay.
sometimes there are variant covers when I pre-order, and sometimes I don't remember. I don't remember specifically choosing this cover. But let me give people a look at this. Santos Sisters is kind of a Archie comic style comic, except it's PG, sometimes maybe a little R. But they're two superheroes, but the difference and occasionally I pick up an issue, but I don't buy it regularly. But the reason I bought this one issue was because of the Flaming Carrot, and there's going to be 3 issues of it. And Bob Burden, the Flaming Carrot creator, is doing some of this. I don't know. I think they have him credited as writer, but I think who's the regular guy? Greg Fakey or something like that. And it was just a fun issue. Let's see. Wilson fell out of the studio. We have to add him back.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button that said
Whoops.
log in. And it's like, I thought I was already logged in to speak in the chat, and it was a different login. It was for StreamYard in general.
A little text piece back here by Bob Burden.
That was a good read.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. This was probably the best issue of the Santos Sisters that I've read.
Mhm.
And I think I have 2 and 3. I know I have 2 on my pull list. I think I put 3 on, but I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes I'll buy it issue by issue. Sometimes I'll put it on my pull list. I don't think I knew this was at first I thought this was a one shot because it was named like Santos Sisters Special. Santos Sisters Fun Special. It didn't have Fun Special miniseries on it. So then I saw issue 2 on my email that I got, and I added that on, but I don't know if I added 3 on yet or not. But
wondering if maybe it was supposed to be a one shot and then they decided to break it.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
This one was 13 plus. Be prepared to show ID.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the artwork. The only, and again, it's just me being a letterer nitpicking and looking at the lettering. There are a few things with the eye in it. You could almost get away with it saying that everywhere that it is technically after a period. So that's more of a stylistic choice.
Yep.
So it's like I couldn't really take it down from there. The coloring is great. The artwork is a lot of fun, and even the paper is uncoated, almost newsprint because you can see
Yeah.
through it.
And flaming carrot blended in really. It was the Santos sisters busting up a crime ring kind of thing, searching for some secret treasure, and they end up in this weird mystical land, and from Flaming Carrot is there.
Yeah. I even enjoyed the back ads that it had.
Oh yeah,
You
it's
know,
got sort of comedic back ads.
yes.
Ha ha. So if you're looking for a piece of fun, Santos Sisters this week is good stuff.
I could definitely recommend it.
Is
I
this
had
your
so much
first
fun.
issue of Santos Sisters you
It
bought?
is.
Yeah, because I
It is.
didn't think
It's
I
the first
remember
time I read
seeing
it. It just happened to be on the shelf, and I
Right.
remember you talked about it before, and I was like, all right, I like this art style. It's an issue 1. Let me give it a try. And look at that, the flaming carrots on there. This should be interesting, if anything. And then, as you were showing, your cover, my cover has them like flying into the sky
Yep.
with the flaming carrot there. And so I thought that was cool, And again, cover copy.
Yeah.
Characters are talking on the cover, and seeing a character I haven't seen in decades.
Have you ever read any Flaming Carrot?
I want to say I did. I don't have any memory of any specific
Right.
issues, but I know looking at Flaming Carrot covers is like, oh yeah, I know I've grabbed some issues here and there to check it out. And I couldn't tell you any kind of stories from it,
Right.
other than it's a guy running around with a carrot head.
The
So
stories were surreal.
yes,
Constant teenage mutant ninja emperors.
Mhm.
Station.
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 Greetings. Is another Friday, another fake Jared. To think your students this semester think you're the real Jared. Ah, can you believe it? Fake Jared.
But
LOL.
I already cut a promo in the comments about the real Jared returning to challenge the fake Jared for the World Hammock Federation's Heavyweight Championship belt.
Dun, dun, dun. And I got the book that I ordered in the middle of our show last week.
Oh, okay. They got here pretty quick.
I know. The Artist Within, photographs by Greg Preston, portraits of cartoonists, comic book artists, animators, and others. And this is from Dark Horse Books put it out. I didn't even realize that. And it came out, I always meant to get this one, but never did. And it came out in what year? 2007. That's how much, 19 years I've meant to get this one. It goes along with my other one, The Artist in Residence, which is artists in their loft studios in New York City. And this one has, it's a little sad because I waited so long to get it. Oh, here I opened right up to Arthur Adams, who might be the only one who works standing up like I do.
He does. I believe Tony Daniel works standing up.
Yeah, not a lot of people in here work standing up. Greg Flessel. There, of course, there's that famous Jack Kirby picture that always gets used.
Right.
Bern Hogarth. And they said they took these pictures over 15 years. So you got to figure from like 1991 till John Cassidy. But so many people in this book are dead now. Even John Cassidy, one of the younger guys.
That's insane.
That it was making me a little sad looking through it. Walter's still alive. Walter and Wheezy. Walter's not in that house anymore. His longtime
he moved
studio.
fairly recently.
Tony Millionaire. But just tons and tons of portraits of artists. Sometimes in there, say, where's Mobius? Mobius was on the beach. I was like, where'd Mobius go? Jean Giraud, 26, 27.
And it's interesting on some of those artists on how how much of an angle they would have their desk at.
Oh yeah,
I think Joe Kubert, I don't know if Joe was in that one.
he is.
Joe has it at an angle where it's like, is it toppling towards him? And you can see like he taped down some of his tools.
Joe Kubert, 85, 87. Let's see.
If it's the picture I'm thinking it is.
There we go. Oh no, it's Peter. Peter Cooper has his at a steep angle too. Where did Joe Kubert go? Oh, you can see his in the background.
Oh, okay. That's a different angle. That's also a large desk because I've seen pictures of him next to it, and it's interesting how like I don't know if Dick Ayers is in that one, but he has a small, quaint drafting table.
Ah,
And then other artists like Art Adams will have this big, massive size one. And it's interesting on how people would work. I know John Buscema used to work on like a homemade light box that was almost like the same size as the comic book paper.
Tit Goblin says 122. I wasn't expecting that setup for bag. So here's 122. Oh, I didn't put it big, did I? In my mind, I put it big, just not in reality. Hold on, let me get his comment off too. There's his setup. Lots of books. You know what's interesting too? The difference between guys who are strictly cartoonists and the guys who do illustration or something else too. Because the strictly cartoonist guys have the least amount of tools at their desk. Because they've just got, pencil, ink, a few brushes. But the guys who are illustrators have all sorts of stuff. So it's like you can tell, which guys are like. There's even a couple of like syndicated cartoonists who have their desk is like nearly bare because they're just doing their syndicated cartoon. All they need is a pencil and a little bit of ink.
Yeah,
so it's not like they got a ton of stuff.
Whoop.
There you go. Somebody else pressed the wrong button again.
Yeah, it happens.
And I bet some of the.
I somehow swiped myself out of the studio. I don't know how that
some
happened.
of the. What's up? Some of the syndicated cartoonists probably only did layouts and let the assistant do the bulk of the work. They're not being paid to work. That's what my assistant does.
Ramita looks like he's in the basement of his house because he worked at Marvel his whole career. I don't think he had a home studio since, I don't know, the 60s. So when you look at his, Ramita's looks like, how did I make Paolo big? I am just not doing it tonight.
Are you on the cell phone?
There's John Ramita's, and it looks like his basement.
Yeah.
More than a studio.
Or a living room.
Yeah. Well, it's a finished basement, a finished living room, a Long Island finished living room basement. Got the wood paneling. He's got I see the weird way he has his books. It looks like he has some soft cover books, but the shelf is built for hardcover. So he's got a bunch of them. He's got like the soft cover books on across the back of the shelf, and then a bunch of them turned down like spines up on the front of the shelf. So he's got 2 rows of books on his shelf. Russell Myers Studio, page 90. Let's see that one. It's really fun to. Did I reach right? Yeah. Russell Myers. Cartoon. What is he? Hallmark greeting. Broomhilda. He's the Broomhilda guy. Not the filmmaker. Oops. There we go. He's got one of these neater studios. But you can say he doesn't have a ton of stuff in it because he's a cartoonist.
Right.
He doesn't have a ton of supplies all around.
And is John Byrne in there?
I don't think John Byrne's in here. I've seen his studio before.
Fighter pilot chair.
Fighter pilot.
What does Mobius have? I bet his is complicated. Or
weirdly, the contents page is organized by page number rather than name.
Okay.
So if you want to look up John Byrne, it's not under B.
Right.
Because the names are not alphabetical. Who organizes a content page like that?
Well, that's what that's why there should be a glossary.
True.
Well, there should be a content page where you can look up a name, and then I'm not going to look up what's on page 162, 163. I'm just going to turn to page 162 and 163.
So I wonder if they expected people just to go through it and go, "Oh, that looks interesting. Let me see who this is."
No, they tell you who it is on the page.
Oh, okay. That is weird.
The name is right on there, along with their signature. That's weird. Who does book design like that?
Editors.
Yeah. No, we can't afford to hire a designer. We'll get someone else to do it. My cousin can do it.
56 is Art Adams' studio. That's what he was talking about.
Most realistic studio.
So it's messier than a lot of the other ones.
Ah, okay.
And he's got a lot of stuff in it. But definitely enjoy. You know, I've gotten about that. I've only got a little bit of ways to go. But there's not much to read. What it is I find myself matter of fact, I haven't finished going through that artist in residence book yet either, because I find myself, usually I'm looking at the pages, seeing everything I can see in there. But when I find myself just turning pages near the end, I'm like, all right, put it down.
Right, because you're at that point, you're you're reading a book for school and you're not really reading it.
I'm overstimulated at that point. I'm not even looking at the picture. I'm just kind of glancing at them and turning the page. I'm like, nah, put it down. Come back to it later.
Yeah.
But definitely, like I said, it was $30, which was the cheapest I saw it for on eBay, because it was generally going for 50 or 60. That's why. And the guy, I think he had it at 35, and he sent me an offer. That's why I bought it in the middle of the show.
Right. I don't blame you. I remember picking that up at Barnes and Nobles and going, "Oh, this is really cool," but I could not afford to get it that day. So it's like, I'll get it another time. I hadn't gone back to it.
What's the $40 might be the original price on it? I think there's no actual price, but the UPC has $39.95 as the last four numbers, which of the above the second barcode, which I think means it's the price. A lot of art book design irritates me often. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, why did you make this choice? That makes no sense. It was given to me, but it was $7.99. Wow, you must have found it on deep discount.
That's a great price.
Yeah. Like that artist in residence art book, when sometimes the picture, half of the page is white. I'm like, turn it sideways and blow it. Anything's better than half the page being white.
want to be able to see into the backgrounds and what
Yeah,
kind of
that's the whole
tools do they have?
point.
What are they reading? What are they collecting?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what it is, too? I don't think a lot of people know how to do table of contents pages in InDesign.
Okay.
Because InDesign has an automatic table of contents pages function, but you kind of have to be a hardcore designer to know that. Like, I only know it because I had to do it when I was doing white papers and application notes. If I wasn't doing that, I'd have no idea how to use that stuff because it can get complicated because it's based on do you know what style sheets are or the style palettes are in InDesign?
I don't think I do. I know a little bit because I had
Well,
to
there,
put a
Chris.
few books together over the years,
It's
and
it's it's
it
where
was
you can
also it was
save
a
what
pain.
type you chose and use it again. Like if you do a heading at 14-point type, this font, you can save that. And then instead of having to reset that every time, you just hit the style button and it automatically moves it to that.
Okay, I'm aware of those boxes
Right.
and where they're located, but
Yeah.
you've taught me more about it.
You can do
In
the
just this
same with
conversation.
paragraphs.
Right.
Well, the making of a table or an automatic table of contents is based on that. It's like, let's say you use a certain style font and size for a chapter heading.
Right.
You now tell the automatic table of contents that that's going to be your chapter head. So it syncs them up. And it's actually easy. It's actually easy, but you have to know how to do it, kind of thing.
Right.
It's not really as intuitive as it might. It doesn't look that intuitive, and if you change something, and it's made also so if you change something over here, you can now update your table of contents automatically. But if you don't know to do that, it's a big
Right.
mess. So a lot of people do the table of contents by hand, which makes it much less sophisticated.
Right.
Up question from: do you think Chris could spot real Jared from fake Jared? Everything about this guy is off, Chris. Tit Goblin doesn't like the fact that I'm clean shaven now.
Oh, that's the classic Jared that I've always known.
Yeah, this is 90s Jared. It was clean
Yeah.
shaven, I think.
Oh, so you've taken a time machine
Yes, I've gone back in time.
and sent present day Jared back to the past, where he has the advantage of being older and wiser and he's cleaning up your mistakes.
Yes. That must be it. See, someone should go to Chris's studio and take his portrait there. He's got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Whose portrait?
Captain Infinity says, ask fake Jared to render some chains. I'm going to do that with Photoshop now. No more rendering chains at all. I'm using the Photoshop brush chains. Boom. It's done.
Everyone knows chains are just AI.
Yes. Render spawn chains going
I was
everywhere.
What's that woman's name? I have to look her up her name now. Hold on here. I've got
Rogers?
a picture here. Yayaoi Kusama. Yaoi. Yayaoi. Kusama. Kusama. She's the artist who just died. Japanese artist who is the polka dot woman, she's known as. She was 99. So I was looking up because this one picture popped up from her from the 60s. She was in New York City. I forget which street she was. She was downtown in New York City putting on an art show of some kind. And I liked that one. So I was like, let me see if I can find some other pictures of her from that period. And sure enough, I found the source of that one picture, which was like an art gallery website, but it was only low resolution. The section, both of them were low resolution. So I decided to see if I could use the AI upscaler I have, which is gigapixel upscaler, and it's an AI upscaler, which means it looks at a whole bunch of other pictures and upscales and uses them to add more information to this picture to make it. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And it works on faces pretty well, and it upscaled a lot of this picture pretty well. But then it made her hand look like it was made of penises. I was just like, oh, that's not good. I can do without that. Yeah, Tit Goblin was sad when the polka dot woman passed, and a moment of mourning for Optimus Prime. People were dying left and right this week.
Yeah. Like I didn't want to go on Facebook anymore. Every time I opened
Yeah.
up, someone
Roger,
was bad.
Roger McKenzie.
Yeah, just after we
Design.
finished, last week, I saw Roger McKenzie.
Yeah.
Roger McKenzie, Roger McKenzie doesn't have something big that he's famous for.
No, he's famous for handing off the writing realms of Daredevil to Frank Miller.
Right.
And yeah, that's about all I can think of right now. I remember him being
Yeah.
solid, though.
Yeah. The other thing was he did Detectives Inc. at Eclipse, but who remembers Detectives Inc.?
With
Gene Colan.
I was just reading some of those in when I was rereading the anthology, Eclipse and Eclipse Monthly, and Detectives Inc. was in there. And Wilson, did you ever meet David Lamphere?
I don't think I did.
I don't think either, but
Like
he's
I
a
knew
letterer,
his
long-time
name,
letterer.
of course.
Yeah, I know his
being
name.
a long-time letterer, but I don't recall ever meeting him.
I can't remember if he started in Comic Craft in the 90s or not. But I'm pretty sure he was doing some work for Marvel in the 90s. And he lettered a lot of cross-gen books.
Right.
But he's been, but he died too.
Yeah.
Another comic book guy.
And 15 minutes before we started, I saw Will Murray died.
Will Murray. He was the writer
Of the Destroyer.
Of the Destroyer, right. Okay. I recognize the name. I couldn't.
And apparently, he wrote Squirrel Girl's first appearance.
Ah. There's a Will Murray who works for the Howard Stern show. That's what I think of when I think of Will Murray now. So. But yeah, the writer of the Destroyer. He must not have been a young man.
But he wasn't that old. He was born in the 50s. They mentioned it I saw it in the Meteor Press Facebook account. Meteor Press being the guys who publish all the Walt Newton related stuff.
I saw it in suddenly, Bunch got me that Pulp magazine book, and just all of a sudden, late this week, a bunch of like Pulp magazine clubs popped up in my Facebook feed. And I think one of the founders of a Pulp magazine club died too. I don't know who it was, but and I think that same Pulp magazine club said that Will Murray died.
So we're not happy.
What are you working on tonight, Chris?
Formatting some files for a friend of mine. Some comics that he's doing.
Do you use Actions when you do that?
Yeah. I mean, when I can. Problem is that like all the pages aren't all the same size.
So
they're not all like. It's kind of like there's some big master files that they don't all reduce to the same percentage.
Okay.
So I have to do those individual one by one, but then I can still, after that, I can canvas size it with Actions.
Right.
Drop the guides on it.
Because Actions make that stuff so much easier.
Yeah.
But when they're not all done at the same size, that's why Marvel and DC handed out paper for years.
Yep.
Because artists will do things the wrong size. In the same book, the same artist will do things different size.
Yeah. Well, when I went to Image, that was like the biggest thing. There was like, we had like production guidelines that we'd give to every creative team.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't
ignored
help.
by everyone.
Yeah.
So you just
Doesn't
have to troubleshoot every single issue
right
individually.
Does not help.
Yeah.
Because there are artists who don't think of that until the end.
Yeah.
And when they do, it's too late. That's just the way it is. My friend Ed is like that. He's just not a production guy, and he doesn't think. I was helping him out with this is years ago. He was doing a custom comic from someone. He was drawing it. I think it was 8 or 16 pages. I can't remember what. And I was scanning in and doing the production for him. Out of those 8 or 16 pages, he drew on 4 different size paper. It was just like, it was what he had. He doesn't think of what size paper should I draw on, never gets into his head before he starts drawing. That's just the way it is. And so it's like, oh. But for me, I have to think of what size paper I'm going to use first.
There have been times where I'll talk to a client and it's like, all right, what size is this book going to be? It's like, oh, it's regular comic book size. It's like, you're aware that there are different sizes of comics. I have a little post-it note that I've had up here for probably 10 years now, if not more, that has Marvel size, DC size, Zenoscope size, Kablam size.
That's bad idea size right there.
Yeah. So it's
which
like
is normal Marvel.
And it's like and it's just like the numbers are off by
an eighth of an inch.
By an eighth of an inch. Marvel's, I think it's I think DC is slightly bigger than Marvel.
Right.
You know, and each company has and each printer has their own thing as well. And then, you know, I'm talking to a client, and it's like, oh, the normal comic book size. And he just spouts out a number. And it's like, there are no comic books at this size.
Yeah.
He's like, well, that's what the printer quoted me. Could you just double check that email?
Yeah.
And sure enough, it's like, you know, 6.825 is way different than 6.875.
Huh.
And it's like, you know, you forgot a complete number. So he went, I think, 6.85. It's like, where's the 7? There's a number in between. And it's like, it's crazy on some of these things.
I had my first class this week. I was teaching my digital media class. And the first day I tell them, someone gives you an assignment, you ask, what size, what DPI, and what color mode? Those are the 3 questions you got to get answered.
Yep.
Captain Finity, I worked on cleaning up scanned art for one graphic novel. Booth, never again. Clean up your own slop, comic artists. Yeah.
Yeah, and then sometimes I'll get artwork that was scanned, and it's like, you didn't clean it up. You know, you scanned it in color, and I can see the blue line, which is the actual line. Or they'll scan it in black and white, and you can see enough of the blue line. There's like, okay, what is the final line on this?
Getting a good scan, knowing how to get a good scan is important.
Yes.
Most people don't know that.
Yep.
I had one time in Marvel. It was my last days. I remember it being when we were on, what was that, 5th Avenue and 38th Street? Wherever we were that. It was after the 40th Street Marvel. It was, I don't remember what book it was. I don't remember who the artist was. But it was painted pages. I scanned them in, made sure they were nice. The next project came in by the same guy, and he's like, make sure you get that same guy who scanned it last time. Because I knew how to make a good scan.
Right.
I'm sure everybody didn't.
Oh no, and then sometimes I get scans from people and it's like, I told you everything you needed to do. Why are you sending me this PDF file
Huh.
that they didn't do the, certain number, like you zoom into it and it's just white dots all over it. Ah, it's like I had to start charging a like corrections fee. It's like,
Color correction.
you
Yeah.
got to color,
That's a whole other job.
the more work I do on this, the less
Yeah.
time I'm going to have to actually, because I tell them, do you want me to do this, or do you want me to just drop the files into InDesign and we call it a day? Because that's what I was getting hired to do. And because I would send in a breakdown of here are my services. Let me know what if I'm too expensive for you, I could do this. We can knock this out. I don't have to do this. It's like, no, I just need you to drop the files so it could go to print. Okay. And then sure enough, that
Mhm.
old page rate comes back because, all right, this is the work that I did. Well, I thought it was going to cost this. Here's the breakdown of everything I had to do because you thought it was fine.
Captain Finley says, one for the pedantic production artist. It's not DPI, it's PPI. Dots are round, pixels are square. It's pixels per inch. Or it's PPI, parts per inch.
Or another pedantic, it's DPI dots per inch because printer ink nozzles are round.
Yes. And you can make it whatever size. You can make any Photoshop document into dots. And you have to tell it what dots. So I just use them interchangeably and tell the students to use them interchangeably and not worry about it. Because if you're going to worry about it, you're going to be in trouble. You have plenty of other things. Titcob, I'm so analog and computer illiterate now that I was happy to find a Kodak photo scan kiosk this week and print out actual pictures of my paintings. I got through 12 before it broke. Oh.
On your way to the video rental place?
I think I was showing them. I think Photoshop uses DPI, right? But InDesign uses PPI. It's like I'm just like they're all the same. Don't worry about it. That's the last thing you have to worry about.
Pretty much.
But you'll see it used interchangeably. Yeah, it's true, but it's a distinction without a difference. I mean, you're right. It's like
the numbers wouldn't be different.
Yeah, the numbers wouldn't be different no matter what it is. It's the same number. It's the number you have to know, not the PPI, DPI, PPI, the other one. Because if how do you know the difference between pixels per inch and parts per inch? I don't know. But sometimes it's parts per inch. There's not a huge difference when you're making prints. When you're working for press, there's not a huge difference. And Chris Geruso ran all the tests with his there may be no dots in a Photoshop document, but when it goes to the press, there are dots. All the squares get turned into dots. Probably at a different ratio than in your... And first it's got to be turned into a PDF, which is in dots per inch. That's actually what gets printed. Let's look at another comic from this week. Enough about dots. Here's one that turns out to be old. I get all Stefano Cartaselli's stuff. Here is his latest, I shouldn't say, Walk Total Destruction. And his art looked different in this. A little. His art looks more like, I would say, Simon Bisley.
Yeah, it looks like something was made for. There was a magazine in the 80s called Cannibale, which is where Rank Xerox came from.
Bill Sienkiewicz in here. And that's because on the beginning, there's a date. His art is dated 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And in the back, there's your bonus poster. I bet he
Nice.
drew this new. Because that looks like more like his current style, but I'm not 100. In the back, it says, and the last page says 2013. So
Are those different stories?
it's all one story,
Okay.
but it
does
must
have
have taken
chapters?
him years to do.
Huh.
There's a nice page. Let me show you this one.
Because if it had chapters, it would appear on a semi-regular basis on a magazine.
It could have had. It doesn't necessarily have chapter headings, but I could see what it is. This guy's some criminal, and it's a TV game show. And there's some building he's in with 17 floors. And he has to fight his way up to the top, and there's like criminals on every floor we have to beat and make it up. And if you make it to the top floor, you can escape or something like that. And what's his name is something Death. Who's the final boss? So it's just this fun romp as the guy kills his way to the top floor to face Garat is his name. Razorhead Skull. Razorhead is the guy in the second to last floor. The other guy's like something Death. I don't see it. Oh, Big Daddy Death. That's it. Big Daddy Roth is in this book too, with his picture of his studio. That just reminded me. So it was a fun romp. A little expensive at $7, but it's bigger than normal. It's probably let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess it's not that. It's thick paper. 32 pages plus a bonus poster. But it was fun. Like I said, I'm a Stefano Cardacelli fan, so that's when I picked it up. That's why I picked it up. Did Captain Infinity? Exactly. 300 PB documents, like a one. Yeah, line printing. That doesn't even work anymore. I mean, that's old school. Now it's like that. The old equations don't even work anymore. Tit Goblin. I don't know much about computers other than the ones we got at my house, and my mom puts a couple of games on and I play them. I remember when Chris was testing his black plate DPIs at Marvel back in 2004 or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you remember that, Chris?
Yeah. I was learning the ropes.
Yeah. And his conclusion was it's impossible to tell sometimes. You put your you put your well, now we know why too, because they res the DPI down on all the black plates in the PDF.
Well, the problem was that we had two printers at the time.
Yep.
And one printer you could just send them like a Photoshop file at whatever the
that was before everything was PDFs.
Yeah. And they would print fine, but the printer that printed most of the books, it would come out like all fuzzy. Mm-hmm. Then I started adding the extra black plate, that trick.
Yep.
And then everything came out perfect. So that never got ruined.
Yep. Because now, like, you send the printer a PDF, and they just might re-PDF it on you with their settings, even though you send them one with their settings. So anything that's above 400 DPI gets res down to 300 automatically by the printer. Dots, pixels, they don't. It's whatever Acrobat does to them.
Yeah, and it depends on the Acrobat too, because some people, depending on their own settings, can see stuff that aren't there, or vice versa. It's like, oh, I remember an editor had to tell me, okay, do this to your settings, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. And it was like, no idea.
Yeah.
There was like one box checked off somewhere, and it's like, okay, now I see what you're looking at. And since I deal with a lot of the lettering stuff, something about PDFs when they show up as a PDF and you have two L's next to each other, it turns it into like it just jumps off the page that it's wrong. And trying to explain to a client when it prints, it'll look correct. This is just something Adobe does to the file.
It's in the preview, not in the
Yes.
file.
Exactly. And it's like it's just because of the way, and trying to explain to someone who has no idea about computers,
Yeah.
your monitor is going to have something different. The computer you're looking at, the version of Adobe Acrobat you have, will all be subtle things. And it's like, and then being a colorist, same thing. I'll send the file and it's like, I don't know, this doesn't look like a yellow, it looks more white. And it's like your monitor is not calibrated for print.
That's another thing. Once again, one of my students, when I was showing them color swatches, how to use, because I have my base color swatches that I use for everything. That way, I know how all the colors print, and they're Spider-Man red, Spider-Man blue, 100 magenta, 50. There's nothing special.
Yeah.
But that's always my starting point because I know how they print. And the one student was like, is like 100 magenta, 50 cyan the same on every computer? And I'm like, yes, but every monitor might be different.
Yep.
Technically, it's the same, and it'll end up printing. It'll end up on, if you're using the same printer, it'll look the same every time. But on different monitors, it'll look different because they're not all calibrated the same.
Just follow the numbers.
Odds are most of them aren't calibrated at all. Apple has a whole color calibration system. Nobody uses it. Apple monitors are too expensive.
Yes. So as long as you have the numbers, I remember as a colorist when I was doing it by hand, and I didn't have a color, but I knew the number, and so I pretty much did the coloring, and I wrote in there, use these numbers. Ignore what's on the paper. Use these numbers for it, and it printed out great.
Oh, Sleepy's just saying, I was disappointed by the printed color in the current Shaolin Cowboy. Little brown in places, planning to double dip into digital. Sigh. Oh, I understand. Nope. I'll give you some disappointing color right now. I picked this one up off the shelf because the cover sold it to me, and it's a Jim Lee Palmiotti book. A Dan Panosian cover, really pretty. It turns out this is a Kickstarter from a few years ago. But the inside color is way too dark in all the wrong places. Like, I don't even know what this guy looks like. I mean, what is that? This was clearly colored on screen in RGB because the whole thing is way too dark.
Yep. Didn't account for backlit.
And even like all the light colors are in the background. It's like, why do we have a street light over there with nothing lit up, and these two colors are in the dark? Even the color storytelling wise makes no sense. Occasionally, we get an office, and it's well lit, but even like there was some weird stuff. I would like to see what that second snowmobile looks like, but it's just like all black. And And so many of the scenes are just like, why is the lightness in the background? It makes no sense. Here's the reason why. And the back, well, first of all, the artist is, what's his name? The artist is Pierre Brito, Brito. I just read this one little piece in the back where it says, the original Denver Kickstarter was an experiment in every sense. Justin and I had a story that was purely speculative sci-fi. Story was okay. It's Waterworld. The whole world is flooded, and just Denver is left. It is one of the only cities left are high in a mountain, and Denver is one of them. And they gotta like keep people from getting there. I don't know. There's, and we needed just the right artist to bring it to life. Enter Peter Brito, a European illustrator who seemed to materialize out of thin air and was willing to work for a realistic fee.
A realistic fee.
That just cracked me up. And was willing to work. Okay, that's why everything is dark. He was working for a realistic fee.
Working for a realistic fee.
But as much as I loved this cover, it's going in my bought just for the covers section, and I'm not buying any more issues because the artwork, like I said, I enjoyed the story, but and it was mostly the coloring, and there was weird layouts in terms of sometimes it was like two people talking way down here with giant balloons above their head, and it was like, that's the best you can do. But it was that was the one disappointing comic out of the 14 I got this week. Though I don't know if 2 of them count because they're JLA Avengers facsimiles. I got 3 and 4 this week, and they're not quite facsimiles because I got the Alex Ross covers because I had to. Let's see, and they're connecting. So I mean, they're cool covers. Whoops, come on. There we go. I mean, I like them. But since the first 2 issues were Marvel and the second 2 issues were DC, or vice versa, I don't know. It was a different distributor. And he ordered the regular versions from the different distributor, but didn't get them. Only got the alternate versions. So this week he was like, "Oh, he's like, I can't." He's like, "It's been such a mess with the other distributor. Do you want this version?" I was like, "Sure." These are the ones I wanted to try and take apart and bind myself. And I was like, "How about number 3?" He's like, "Oh, well, let me dig it out for you," because they didn't go on my pull list because they were the wrong versions. You know, usually I never got 3 because the right version never came in. So he dug out the wrong version, and so now I have the Alex Ross cover. So I'm going to have to find something to do with. Sleepy Reader, I took one look inside Denver and put it back on the shelf. Like I said, it was the Dan Panosian cover and the fact that it's Jimmy, and I know Jimmy for years, so I was like, I like to support the people I know, even though I haven't talked to them in ages. That's what sold it for me. And I was like, I already had 13 books. What's one more? What's one more?
One of the other books that I picked up, even though I said earlier in the show that I read them all, I realized this one I started looking into it, and there was just so much going on that I put it back down and I didn't go back to it, which is Superman issue number 41. And I have no idea really what's going on in this book.
I was like, who's that with Superman? Is that like young Clark Kent or something?
I don't know if it's young Clark Kent or one of his sons, because depending on the Superman, he has either one son, Jonathan Kent, or he has two sons. And they also have Superboy in it.
That looks like
What is neat is they do have the old Superman,
Oh, the supercar that
the
could punch you.
supercar that can punch you. So that was really neat to see. I think they have the Legion of Superheroes in this as well. And it looks like there's supposed to be a descendant of Zod somehow living. So I am not sure what's going on in this at all. We got Blue Beetle, so we have some time traveling shenanigans going on. But just something about the art, although pretty, just seemed to be a little too busy. And at the time, it was like, okay, I have to come back to this later.
Ah, yeah, that happens.
Yeah. So, but I have no idea who is this character on the cover.
well, it looks like Clark from Smallville.
It
Yeah,
does.
it
And
does.
then, and then
Now that
the
you
older
mention it.
Clark has a beard, so maybe it is himself. I do not know.
Sometimes you got to put it down and go back to it later.
Yes.
I actually had to do that because I was so tired. 4 days this week, I was up an hour early. No reason. Just woke up an hour early, which is fine for a day. But 4 days in a row, I was getting real tired, especially yesterday.
Right.
And so when I was reading the Stefano Cardacelli book, I think I took 2 cat naps during it. I was reading it and like, oh my goodness, I got to close my eyes for a minute, put it down, close my eyes for about 10 minutes, picked it up, read some more. I was like, oh my goodness, I need to. So it took me 2 naps to make it through that.
Mhm.
Oh, Tit Goblin says the Jeff Darrow interview in the newest issue of the new Wizard Comics homage thing is good. It is. That's Comics the magazine.
Yeah. Comics Magazine number 6, I think, is
Number
the newest
6.
one.
That might be I think that is the best issue so far.
Okay. I only skimmed through it. I haven't read this one.
Right. That might be the first one I read the 3 because a lot so far the interviews have been like fluff pieces. That one, the Jeff Darrow one, was interesting. There was another, and there was 2 others. I think the Jim Rugg talking about Barry Smith Wolverine was good, and there was one other interview that I really enjoyed. I can't remember what it was, but that one I think was the best issue.
Okay.
Tit Goblin says, if I had time, I would redraw that Superman as fake Jared holding real Jared. You'll have to have AI do it. AI art is good for jokes. That's it. I just saw a Kickstarter email come through, and I'm always like, did I get that Kickstarter? Did I? It's like I forget what I backed and what I didn't. I don't even back that much. But if it doesn't come out for ages,
Yeah, but if you backed anything, you get put on the mailing list for the next
for
thing
everything.
For everything, yeah.
I just got 3 emails from Dean Haspiel telling me he's been nominated for an award. I forget which one.
The Eisners, I think, are coming up.
I think the Eisners happened at Comic-Con. It's the other one that I can't remember. What was that?
The Ringos? Are
no, I think the Ringo. Maybe it's the Ringo. No, there's another one too. The Kurtzmans.
Harveys?
The Harvey. Maybe it's the Harveys.
Yeah, because there's one for New York Comic Con, so maybe it's the Harveys.
I got to figure out when I'm going to New York Comic Con and what I'm doing.
You get
besides
the email?
Visiting with people.
You get the email today about the pro events that are going on?
I did. I got it through my Pratt email.
Ah, okay.
I was like, look at that. I was like, why is Pratt emailing me about Comic-Con? Oh, that's what I signed up with for the pro badge. Now it makes sense. Another first issue I got this week. I get a lot of first issues. Is Rick Remender and Steve Epting, Hammer Fist #1. Double-sized issue, $6. And I've bought plenty of Rick Remender stuff, but I'm a Steve Epting fan. I think before I'm a Rick Remender fan. And I'm not 100% sure how much I liked this. I might need another issue to decide. Because it was pretty good, except it's not necessarily a genre I'm terribly interested in, which is grindhouse movies, as they call them. And it's about, let's see if I can, there's something in the back. I'll read you the afterword. Over the years, I've written a lot of broken people, an alcoholic, a tech addict, a scumbag, an anarchist, but I've never written a low-rent killer for hire. So that's who the main character is, a low-rent. Not a slick assassin, not a vigilante, not a psychopath who enjoys his work. The other kind, a low-down, hopeless man who has always chosen the easy fix. A man who fell so far that he turned to killing for a quick buck. That's our hero. Heroes in quotes. Mike Denton. So it's kind of about him, except he gets recruited by this gang who wants him to help out with a bank robbery. And then kind of the bank robbery turns supernatural. As the bank robbers' true motive was to get this, I don't know, Raiders of the Lost Ark item. And I think there's some supernatural war going on, this magical glove. So it was well done. I'm just not sure how big a fan I am of Grindhouse, But I'm going to give it another issue at least to see, because I liked the first issue, but I just don't know if it's my thing. The art is terrific. The storytelling is terrific. I just don't know if the story itself is my thing. But we'll see, because this whole big issue led up to the ending being the supernatural item. So it was like the story doesn't start till the second issue. Really. So that could be it too. Let's see. It seems Remender could take this in any direction. Yeah, for now, the art has me hooked, not the characters. I think that's a solid description of it right there, of me too. It could go in any direction whatsoever from here. Loved the art. Like I said, I'm a Steve Epting fan. Velvet that he did with Brubaker is still one of my favorites. I could reread Velvet right now. That's how much I enjoy it. There's some comics I'm like, I could reread that right now. Why do you wear a hoodie when you work, Chris?
It's cold in here sometimes.
Cold?
Yeah.
Okay.
The rest of the building likes it chilly.
Ah. I understand. In the winter, sometimes I put on I never wear a hood. I don't like hoodies. I don't like hoods. But in the winter, sometimes I'll put on a hat when I'm feeling a little chilly inside.
I've put on hats, hoodies, practical blankets, because sometimes it gets way too cold. And for a while I was working, I had my mom knit some basically long gloves, but fingerless. So I could still work. Yeah, so the gloves came right up to like the fingers, and they went down long,
Yeah.
And so I had a spot for my thumb to go, and then this way here I could still work on either drawing or on the computer when I used to use the pen a lot, and those would work pretty well to keep me warm.
My mother is a knitter too. Let's see. That blue Afghan back, let's see, this way. That's one of her fisherman's knit Afghans. And there's a red Afghan over this side. Oops, let me see if I can move out of I have to move opposite. That red Afghan is another fisherman's knit Afghan. So
Okay. Neat.
my mother is also a knitter. She's been making things my whole life. Matter of fact, every car ride, she's one. She was an early person with She was the first time I ever heard of carpal tunnel syndrome, which was like in the late 80s, early 90s from knitting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I feel too cut off in a hoodie. Some people like that feeling of being cut off. That's why they wear the hoodie. They feel protected by it.
I wear it for the feeling of being slightly warmer than I was without it.
Okay. I start getting paranoid that there's things in my peripheral vision that I can't see. Tit Goblin says, I'll send you guys my mother's knitting books when the war is over. Then we can get things from Canada again.
Uh-huh. Well, I don't need any of the knitting books. Sadly, my mom has passed away a while ago, and I still have tons of stuff from her knitting days. Because once she discovered you could buy used stuff on eBay, she would find these like massive amount of knitting stuff. So, get me these because I want. Because again, any tool. You see, there's so many differences, and say, "Oh, get me that because that just looks amazing." And I have a ton of stuff.
New tool this week. Let me open up Amazon to get the name of it. Because it's another brush pen, yet another brush pen. Oh, I'm in the wrong browser. It wants me to sign in.
Oh.
Let me check the other browser. I have two browsers open. Oh, come on. Now it's hung up. Come on, browser. There we go. Let's go to orders. Because, of course, you're not going to be able to find the name because it's Chinese, I think. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. I'm going to put the name in the chat. There we go. Hoikele portable pocket metal fountain brush pen with case, which is this. It's a brush pen, but when I showed you the Scotty Young one that Scotty Young uses, the one that Scotty Young uses was like $30 plus a $10 adapter. This one looks like nearly the same thing. Once again, a brush pen. That little part up top there. Brush pen, but it uses its own adapters. So it not only comes with, this is the pen itself that I've got in the holder, and it comes with a second brush pen with a second fountain pen adapter here. That's where the ink is held in there. And it comes with a third. So you can keep 3 different types of ink in here if you would. I don't know why you would want to. I want to find an empty pen and put this one in it. And this whole thing, like I said, this is the one I got from that Scotty Young says he uses. Once again, nearly the same thing. The brush seems about the same quality, but I haven't used them nearly enough to know. But this is $40 and this is $10. So the one with the case is $10 and it already comes with the fountain pen stuff. And I just used my handy dandy Ultra Draw and it filled right up. So if you're looking for a solid brush pen, give this one a try. At only $10, you can't go wrong. Some of the brush pens I got that are disposable were $10. And all the instructions come in Chinese. But you really don't need them. If you know how to use a fountain pen, you just suck up the ink by turning that thing and then stick it in. It's not that much to it. Jared sent you the knitting book link for later. Go figure. Who the dickens needs that much damned ink? What are you, an artist or something? Oh, you hold on a second. One, two, three, 4 quarts of different ink. And I got more than that. So, a little more, but here's my 4 quarts of ink.
Probably have about 2.
And then I've got, let me see if I can find it here. Ah, there we go.
By the way, Captain Infinity already started his show, and the title of the stream is that we are clueless about printing.
Yeah, right. Here's one of my ink cheat sheets. Where what I did was I just drew little panels with each ink and then went over them with various markers and water to see which ones bled and which ones didn't. So those are New York Central ink, Speedball Super Black ink, Liquitex ink, Yatsumo Sumi ink. That one's over there. Dick Blick Black Cat and Sennelier. Those are my 6 inks that I use. And I think I use Dick Blick Black Cat the most. Sennelier is good. It's an acrylic ink. It can get a little glossy and it thickens up very quickly.
I mainly use FW, and I still have an old bottle of Pelican around here somewhere.
Lots of it. But like New York Central looks like the alcohol markers were smearing New York Central. Speedball Super Black looks pretty solid. Liquitex ink, a lot of smearing with alcohol ink. Same with the stuff. But Dick Blick's always good and solid. I let it sit around I give it some air.
Yeah, you have to let it thicken up a bit, and I've done some like mixing of them as well. Put some rapidograph ink into it. It gives it a nice little sharpness to it.
Kid Goblin has never come across New York Central ink. Yeah. Is that cooking ink or drawing ink?
It's drinking ink. Because you should never have your coffee cup and your paint cup near each other.
Nope.
Done it plenty of times where you don't drink it, but once it touches, you just know.
I actually keep my ink and my water for wiping my brush out of the radius of my arm.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's somewhere in my arm radius, I'm going to knock it over.
Okay.
And the only times I've ever knocked my ink bottle over is when I'm refilling it and put it down for a few minutes and do something and come back and knock it over because it's in the radius of my arm. But I have to reach over there, dip it in, and come back. So no spilling ink.
Yeah, whenever I'm like redoing the markers, I remove everything from the desk and I just work in that one little spot and just try to do them all at the same time and get it done and put it away. Because even doing something that's putting the cap back on it may shoot a little ink out. For some reason, a little spillage of ink, and it's like, so, used to do it near the paper. For now on, nope.
Kid Calvin says Universal Rapidograph India ink is all I use now. Dr. Martin Black ink is good too. The Rapidograph I use is the Ultra Draw. That's the stuff that's made to go through pens. So, and they usually only sell it in these little bottles. That's what I refill my markers with, and what I filled these brush pens with, because it's got glycerin in it, which is a surface tension breaker. Or at least I used to. They could have stopped putting it in 20 years ago and not told me.
Right.
Back when there were tech pens, that's what they did. Well, you can never trust things that were bought by new owners. But we know Paolo uses whatever pen the job gives him.
Yep. Well, all the ballpoint pens I can collect.
Let's see, another comic I got. Grendel, Devil's Crucible, Sedition, Part 2 of 4. And I've been enjoying it. I think this is the last part of this. I'm not even sure. I think 2 parts came out before it, and this is Christine Spar is reincarnated.
Yep.
As Grendel Prime tries to take the Earth back from the vampire overlords. He's gathering all the different tribes of Grendel. All the Grendel tribes, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Someone in my I'm in a Facebook group about 90s indie comics. Someone posted an old Grendel. I'm like, yeah, just got the new one. It's still a good comic. Glycerin is an ink? Is that ink created by Gavin Rosedale? I don't get that reference, but glycerin was in Technical Pen ink.
There is a song called
Castle
that?
Grayskull.
Hey, Grace, how are you?
Hello.
Well, hello.
Have fun at dinner.
Yes, please tell Captain Finity that we understand printing better than he does. I've met Grace in the Captain Finity live stream chat.
Oh,
now
nice.
she's followed us because we're nicer.
The Artist Within.
Another book that I picked up and actually read is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 3. So again, the whole grabbing the book and just read it. I'll go back to the other issues later. This was fun. So this takes place in the television show universe, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is about 10 years after the show. They had a mini movie called Once a Ranger that was an anniversary show. So this takes place like 10 years before that anniversary show, because this introduces Trina's daughter, and this talks about the Pink Ranger's life after the Power Rangers, where she went on to become a gymnast. And they're visiting back home, and some shenanigans are going on because they realize the home's people seems to be like under a spell, for lack of a better term. And in pure Power Rangers fashion, it turns out that the monster is the home itself.
Uh-huh.
and it was living in the attic, and it was keeping people in like a spell. I would say similar to the way things were like in Derry with from It, where people don't realize something's going on that's wrong. So these two rangers go and take care of it. So
All
it's a nice
right.
little peek back into the television show characters and the wackiness of like a monster that's made out of buildings or homes, actually.
And on the cover, the Pink Ranger is cooter maxing. Did I
Completely.
mention that phrase last week?
I believe you
Yeah.
did.
Yep, that I think she's cooter maxing. Go figure says, yeah, Wilson, it's a song.
Oh yeah,
That's a
it's Gavin.
song in the 90s,
Isn't
I
it-
think, called Glycerin or Glycerin.
Oh, that's right. There was.
Isn't Gavin Rossdale the vocalist for that annoying Canadian band?
I would not know. It just so happens there's a song that I remember called
Yeah, a
Glycerin.
grunge
Yeah.
era song, right?
Yeah.
Oh, grunge. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's one of those songs I know, but I didn't know that was its name. I think one of
Yeah,
the
it's
songs
like-
you go, oh, that's named Glycerin. I never knew that, and I've probably said that like 1,000 times in the '90s. Oh, that song's named Glycerin.
Very well could be.
I know is the singer from Bush.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's not the annoying Canadian band; it's the annoying British band. I dislike most of those bands.
Okay.
Everybody was into Pearl Jam and Nirvana and all that crap, and I was into Italian bubblegum electronics.
Of course.
Of
That
course,
makes sense.
Mhm.
Of course. Why not?
Early, including Milli Vanilli.
Ah.
Hey, Milli Vanilli was a great studio group. It's just that
Yeah.
we never met the guys who were in the studio.
The Alan Parsons Project. They were a studio group for a long, long time. They had to go by Bush X in Canada. Bush. Is that who sang Glycerin? Bush?
Apparently,
Ah, okay.
If you say so.
A new issue of Mind Management came out. Matt Kint. Always look forward to Mind Management. More super spy, superpower shenanigans. As our intrepid duo, because the reformed Mind Management can only have agents in pairs, so they can't be corrupted by some conspiracy. So now they're trying to figure out who's killing other pairs of Mind Management people. And one of the immortals got killed in this issue. You can't kill immortals.
That's
But
their
he
whole-
got
that's
killed.
their
So the
whole
other
trick.
immortals are like, hey, how'd you kill that guy? Like, how'd that guy get killed? We don't know. So the immortals are pissed off. They're just Mind Management agents who are immortal. Can't drown them, can't shoot them, can't stab them.
Go for the Achilles.
The one who died had a giant tree dropped on him. They still don't know how he died because the giant tree shouldn't have killed him. But I'm glad Mind Management is back. Read any comics this week, Chris?
Nope.
Someday he will.
Someday. I actually picked some up.
Oh, yeah.
What you get?
Pretty
Boy
good stack.
Rivals,
Ah,
Let's
okay.
see. Run through them for us.
Terminal.
Terminal.
Another Void Rivals.
Battle Beast I've been enjoying.
G.I. Joe. Transformers. And Savage Dragon.
Is that second print? I don't remember mine having a black cover.
This is 281. First print with the 70s trade dress.
Oh, okay. That's why mine didn't have it. You had the 70s trade dress. Okay. Mine did not. I don't remember it having a black cover either.
Would have been a different color.
Go figure. GG doesn't like to read. He likes to
Uh-oh.
be read.
Uh-oh.
Kirkman Incorporated, says Sleepy Reader. GG. Yeah. Have you read Terminal yet?
No, I just picked up the first two
I read the
issues.
first issue, and it was two 90s X-Men for me, but that's what it's supposed to be.
Right.
That's what it's aiming for. But it turns out, you know, since I didn't like the 90s X-Men much, I don't really like the book that's in 2026 that's supposed to be like it. Go figure. But if you're a 90s X-Men fan, you just might enjoy that one.
You can't have millennials doing 90s stories. They don't understand the awesomeness that was being in the 90s.
Rob Liefeld continues to get in trouble over Absolute Batman.
Yes. Amazing how he's just having these meltdowns. And I don't know if someone just asked, hey, would you draw it, as if to say, hey, you're on the air, could you draw a quick sketch of Absolute Batman?
I don't even think it was a meltdown, really.
Mm-hmm.
It was just him, for some reason, saying he would never draw Absolute Batman unless they paid him $2 million, and then people making fun of him for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the headlines were like, Rob Liefeld melts down. I'm like, I don't know if I'd really... And you click on it, it's not much of a meltdown. It's just kind of Rob being Rob.
Yeah.
I've seen
And
him,
then-
you know.
And he's blocking people.
Oh, he always blocks people.
Does he?
That's standard. I mean, I don't blame him. I certainly don't blame him for blocking people. Why does he need people making fun of him in his life?
Mm.
But it was just funny. He brought it on himself, but he usually does, you know.
Yeah.
People drawing Absolute Batman like his cap. That's been the big meme. Taking that cap drawing that he gets made fun of for and putting Absolute Batman in his place.
He's proud of that, though.
I know. He has no sense of self-awareness.
He says
that's
it's
a
the most
given.
iconic drawing of Captain America ever made.
Yeah, of course. No one's ever accused him of being self-aware. Go figure. I didn't really like X-Men 97 Season 2, speaking of 90s X-Men. Everyone else seems to like it, who's mentioned it.
I enjoyed it.
I haven't seen anybody say they don't like it. Wilson loves all the Easter eggs.
Yeah, that's the main reason people are watching it, because there's a lot of references not only to the 90s but to the Claremont era.
It's all full of remember berries. You remember that? You remember that? That's all it's filled with.
It's funny. I got 2 comics this week. One which I thought was the last issue, and one which I thought was the second to last issue, but they got reversed. Excommunicated, issue 4 was a last issue. I thought it was going 5. But it didn't. It ended in 4. And it was fine wrapping up in 4. There's our nun, who becomes a saint. That's the story here. Who does this? Let me give you the credits. Writer, creator, Jeremy Robinson. Artist, Tiago Palma. Colorist, Manuel J. Rodriguez. Letterer, Jim Campbell. And in the first issue of this, the lead character, this nun, gets called on. The priest calls her up to help with an excommunication. She goes to help him. An excommunication, not an exorcism. I keep getting it confused because the name of it is excommunicated. She gets excommunicated, and it turns out it was some sort of setup. The priest didn't really call her. The demon got exorcised, And she got excommunicated for doing that because she's not supposed to. But then the demon wants to team up with her because he's like, hey, I think we were set up.
Yeah.
Because this was just supposed to be your run-of-the-mill exorcism, you know? Yeah. And we find out some stuff behind the church where the demons kind of make deals with the priests and whoever's running the church. And there was some big deal going behind where they didn't want her near it for whatever reason. She got set up by someone. So this is the culmination to that, where we find out she, you know,
Figure 4 wants to be let on the stream.
Who does?
Figure 4. Go
Figure 4. Let me give him an invite.
You're getting invited.
Oh,
he just hung up on me.
Let's see. How do I communicate with Figure 4? I think through email.
He just made a comment. Is that an easy way?
I don't know if that helps. I don't know if I can invite an individual person. Let's see. Delete comment, put user in timeout, and user and delete comments.
No,
I'll send him the link if you want. I can just send him the link.
Yeah, it's the only way actually, because StreamYard, because this is a link to get into StreamYard, and the comment section is exclusive to YouTube.
But it ended nicely. I enjoyed it. Good stuff.
Figure 4. I just emailed you the link.
Oh, and the one that didn't end that I thought it did was Corpse Night. This is the one that takes place during the time of Joan of Arc and the little girl whose father died. Then he raised up out of the grave like a zombie to protect her. And she was bringing her father to Joan of Arc to try to cure. But instead, Joan of Arc killed her. Killed the father. Add to stage. There's Figure 4. And we find out this issue that the way the father was raised from the grave because of the little girl who turns out to be some sort of line of witches or something, and she doesn't know it. So we got one more issue with this as one of the knights tries to kill the little girl. Well, she raises her father out of the grave again to kill the dude. And maybe Joan of Arc. She's in this too. So how are you doing, Julio, since that's your name in the caption?
That's not my name.
No interest. Changed his name. Pony, P-O-N-I, person of no interest. We're going to call him Pony.
You can call me Pony Boy.
Pony Boy. Stay gold, Pony Boy. Stay gold.
Yeah, I'm a Niner fan, right?
Yeah. Who is it? Stinky Pete is your new mascot.
Oh yeah. I think I know what you're referencing to.
That the NFL just did a partnership with Disney. Where a whole bunch of Disney characters are now, like the Giants got some giant from one of the movies, and the Niners got some guy named Stinky Pete.
No, I thought you were referencing like our owner, like being involved with prostitution.
Oh no, there's that too. That's a whole other. The gangster owners who I just saw a little piece on the history of the San Francisco 49ers owners and how they're tied into gangsters.
Oh. Well, they all pretty much are. Pretty much every owner is involved with the mob.
Well, billionaires are gangsters to begin with. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
We're talking poor gangsters.
No, but look, this is why I really didn't care for X-Men 97 season 2, because it was just like, it was just that, a bunch of cameos. And everything was too rushed. It felt like too rushed.
So the cameos didn't draw you in?
The cameos are cool, but like I don't read stories for cameos.
Okay.
So I don't watch stuff for cameos. Like, it just felt too rushed. Like they had some really interesting storylines that they just breezed through. It was the same thing with season 1, where they went through the whole I think it was the Inferno storyline, and they just went through that in like one episode or something like that.
Ah,
And it's like it's cool that they gave it a nod, but like
you need
embellish-
more episodes.
Yeah, you gotta embellish on that a little bit more. Don't just like skip through it, you know.
Have you been
I
reading
can-
any
I-
comics lately? Have you
No, you
checked
know
out-
what?
What?
Because I watched one of your episodes and
Mhm.
you were talking about something called Feeding the Ghosts, something like that.
Oh, Feeding Ghosts. Yes, the graphic novel. That's the
Yeah.
won the Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah, and it got me wanting to read it, and because of that, I saw the Joy Luck Club because of that.
Take it out of the library.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
signed up at your local library.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm planning
Yeah.
to do that because
I actually want to buy a copy now because I liked it so much. It was really good.
I thought about buying it.
It's probably one that I can go. Well, read it out of the library first. That's free.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
And because I think that's one I can go back to and read parts of. You ever have like a collected edition or graphic novel like that you can just pick up and read a little bit of and then put it back? You don't have to read the whole thing. You can just read different parts of it.
Yeah, I think I'm doing that with Usagi Yojimbo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any like that, Paolo? You can just.
No, I'm not watching it. I don't have access to any. I'm not paying for any streaming, so I'm not watching anything.
No. I mean a graphic novel. You can just
Oh, no.
pick up and read some pages in and put it back, like a
Sure.
favorite.
Favorite graphic novel? I got a bunch of them.
Like Feeding Ghosts, I think. Jupiter's Legacy, which I got the hardcover of them like a month ago. That's one I just pick it up and read a few parts and put it back.
Yeah, I need to start rereading this.
What do you got? Oh, Sword of the Atom, is that?
Yeah, the one with the Adam the Barbarian.
Yep.
Some cool Gil Kane. Yeah,
Oh,
and
nice.
when I finish this, I'm probably going to go over all of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen stuff that I have.
Resolution Refutation live stream posted. I think now I understand why Jared's course got canceled due to lack of interest. It was not due to lack of interest. It was due to Trump's war on higher education.
Oh.
SVA is having a lot of trouble too. I was just reading about that.
What's going on with SVA?
They laid off like a quarter of their teachers. There's just not enough. The foreign students can't
Right.
get in the country, and U.S. students can't get loans anymore.
Holy crap.
A loan is all federal student loans now are capped
Yeah.
at lower than. They put a cap on student loans and they put a cap on the parents borrowing. So these more expensive schools can't get students, only the rich can go to them now.
Back to the way it used to be.
There's way fewer rich people than
Wow.
middle class people.
Yeah, I remember when I was teaching in New York, and one student told me that going to SVA is an easier option at getting a student visa than like going to like an NYU or
Right.
Because it's art, you know. You don't need to write a thesis paper to get in or something like that.
Well, now it's much harder to get in. I don't think I have because I would always have like a couple of students from some far off land. Tit Goblin. I tried explaining why I love and respect Sansekai, but can't get into Yojimbo because it's too perfect.
Okay.
I've never heard it described as perfect.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's like this is too good for me to read.
You're too beautiful for me to kiss.
You just got to read some Sword of the Atom.
Read some Rob Liefeld then. Hey Chris, I got your figure in the mail today, by the way.
Okay, good. Did Amos?
Yeah, he got his too.
Okay.
He got it yesterday.
Figures in the mail.
I don't think
It
I ever
figures.
read Adam, the Sword of the Atom.
You never read it?
I don't think I did.
I read it when it came out, but not since.
Yeah, I don't think I ever read it. By the time I was aware of it, it was long done. Um, and I never went looking for it. I was aware of the adventures that he had,
Right.
but I never read the series.
How many issues of Sword of the Atom were there? 8, 12? Because there was like at least 2 miniseries, right? Do you know, Paolo? I think Paolo's falling asleep on us.
Almost.
It's getting late.
No, I don't know.
It was either 8 or 12. I can't remember because I think there was 2 miniseries, maybe 3. It's been a long time since I've read them. Well, let's show you another comic. Concrete Stars Over Sand. Concrete continues to be lost in the desert.
That's been out since the 90s, right?
The 80s.
Is
This
that
is the first one that's been out in a long time.
okay?
Concrete has lost his memory and lost in the desert. He got struck by lightning. So his 2 friends are trying to find him. One friend is trapped in a helicopter that's going to kill them. And it's good. If you've ever read Concrete before, you know Concrete's a good comic.
I think I remember seeing that advertised in Wizard magazine back in the day.
Oh yeah, I think Wizard liked Concrete.
Okay, but I never read that.
It was started in Dark Horse Presents very early on. And had its own series for a while, but there hasn't been. There's probably been this is probably the second miniseries in the last decade or so.
Mm-hmm.
The previous, the issue before this one came out, how many months ago?
Well, the preview?
The previous issue.
Oh no, the previous issue was recent. I think. I don't know, but I don't think it was that long. It's only 5 issues, so I figure they had to have most of them done before they got out. I don't think it's been that long since then. I'd have to look at my list. Tit Goblin, Concrete is back. Swamp Thing is back. It's all back, baby. The 80s are back.
Yeah, Captain
you
Cavern.
guys,
Oh, not Captain Cavern.
What do you got for us, Wilson?
No, saying we're talking about the 80s are back. It's like, we also have
Oh yeah, Flaming Carrot.
Flaming Carrot. Couldn't think of his name for a second. Kept calling him Captain Carrot, and that's a DC character.
There's Amazing Zoo Crew. That reminds me, I think Scott Shaw's studio is in this book. The artist with him. Yeah. Tit Goblin, the bullpen is back live. Live from New York. It's Friday night.
Literally.
Hey, Wilson, did you buy any toys lately?
I got today, this Toy Biz Sentinel. This is from Water Wars from the X-Men line. This is at the end of the line, basically. So it's supposed to fill up a thing here with water, and then this gets pulled back, and you push it, and it will squirt water. So the funny thing is I bought it in some pieces. So luckily I had this cap already, and but the rest of it is pretty much complete. The only thing that's missing is the other arm, which had a ball and chain on it. So I don't have the ball and chain for it, but I did have the pieces to complete this. So I got this today. So this is the newest toy, and discovered it could get a little taller if you pull down the legs. You can make them even a little bit higher. So this is what I got today.
Hey, you don't have to send them to Turkey to get taller.
There you go.
Dope Comics is here. Hello, guys. Hey there.
Hello. Oh, and from McDonald's, I got one of the Godzilla Hello Kitty toys.
You go to
Oh,
McDonald's?
they had them this time?
They had it this time, so I picked one up. And this one is Gigan. And I don't know who the creature that he's mixed with.
Something from Hello Kitty?
Yeah, it's one of the other Hello Kitty characters because there is 8 of them made, and this is just one of them that's Gigan. So,
Uh-huh. Titgoblin
and again,
said
I only
Wilson
went to
longs for
McDonald's.
KB. That Sentinels from that era.
Oh yeah, I miss KB. 3 for 10 action figures. That's why I had
yeah.
so many of the Marvel ones, because you could get them from KB.
I've been getting have you heard of the Capcom Marvel versus Capcom line that's coming out?
Yes, the Gamerverse.
Yeah, the Gamerverse. Yeah, I got
Yes.
2. I recently got 2 of those.
They had those already because 20 years ago I got a Captain America from Capcom line.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know
so
that.
Marvel Legends. Hasbro is now doing them.
No, it's not Hasbro. It's Bandai.
Hasbro has their Gamerverse line, so they've been doing it to only the Marvel side of it. They haven't been making the other characters.
I don't have many toys,
Hold on.
but this is the Capcom Captain. Look how dusty he is. That's the Capcom Captain America.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different companies that have the Marvel license, and it also depends on the size. But Bandai, which makes SH Figure Arts or Hero Arts, has a line of both characters, I believe. But for Hasbro, they're releasing a line of those heroes in that kind of costumes and their colors, but they're only doing the Marvel version of it. They don't have the license to the other characters, Capcom characters, and that's why it's not called Marvel versus Capcom. It's under the banner Gamerverse.
Because this is Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah,
Somebody already owns that.
Yeah, that was a Toy Biz one. I think Toy Biz did it first.
He's frozen in dust, not ice. Huh. Yeah, that dust won't even brush off. It needs to be washed. Because it's highlighting his leg muscle. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Another comic I got. Dog Tag. 4 of 6. I think this is. And this is the one that's a World War II story. And I think the artist is running out of steam. I'm going to have to look. Holden. I don't have to look if it's a different artist. I'm not even sure. Because the art seemed to get less detailed in places. And was this one? Like, what is that on her head? Is that hair?
I think that is supposed to be her hair.
On her shoulders?
And she has long hair, yeah.
I mean, those are just blobs. I'm like, did this artist completely run out of steam at the end? Or is it a different artist? I don't know, but there seemed to be a distinct lack of detail in a lot of this art. That was that. You know what? I should go over to my shelf and look up and see if this is the same artist. E.J. Holden, I think it is. I recognize that name.
Okay, so that's the SH Figure Arts.
Yeah.
So so Hasbro has a line as well inspired by Marvel vs. Capcom, but they call it the Gamerverse.
Yeah. I want to play these games again so bad, so bad. But I don't have time to play them.
Yep, we're all old. I knew we were old when Red Dead Redemption. No one ever played.
Which one? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I played Red Dead Redemption.
I told you that story. Interesting, DJ. Hold on.
Trying to
I
take a
told you
jab.
that story.
Don't
That
you
was
take
the
a don't you take a
last
jab
video-
at me? Don't you take a jab at me and walk away? You stay here. You talk shit to my face.
I told you that story. It was the last video game I ever paid full price for, Red Dead Redemption. As
Was it
you
part one?
and Thomas and Jen, everybody was supposed to be playing. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna play that one. Then I was like, oh, I'll get it. And you know what? I want to play with you guys on. It was Xbox Live at the time. Then no one ever played it. Ever. Never played one game of Red Dead Redemption with the posse.
I've played Red Dead Redemption 2 a whole lot.
Never
What's
number one, though, the one I was told you were all going to play. That's when I knew you were all old.
Here's the funny
Not
thing.
that I was any younger.
Here's the funny thing about Red Dead. Like, you find out a lot about people when you play with them online. So, Tenard does not like it when you mount his horse when he's on his horse. Like Tenard. So, what I would do is, I would just, as soon as we would get into the game, I would just mount his horse and while he's on it. And Tenard has, when we say he has Xbox Live homophobia, because he does not like another dude being behind him. So he takes great offense to that. And then he'll start shooting at you. Like, you can be in the same posse. And he'll just start shooting at you. And he'll say, like, yo, I don't play that shit. It was just... So,
Xbox Live homophobia.
I do it every time. I just mount his horse every time.
You're all for the chaos, aren't you?
You're like, I'm Pony Boy. I'm getting up on a pony.
Look at this other thing I bought.
Let's see. Oh, Metroid.
Yeah.
Yep, Samus.
I wasn't supposed to buy this. But
They gave it to you.
no. I already bought another one. I bought like the two smaller ones. And then I was like, oh, I'm done with Metroid. And then James and I, we were at a camera shop out there, and it's called Big Camera. And then he goes, "What's that?" And this is a diecast version, so I can't resist diecast.
A lost art.
Yeah,
Not a lot of diecast stuff anymore.
only guns.
No, not really.
Yeah, I got a ton of toys that I gotta like go through when I was out there. I think I picked up like 26 figures.
Wow.
Tit Goblin asks, can you unmask that Metroid, or is it just the armor?
It's just the armor. But they have another version. Hold on. Go through my...
I was playing some Metroid again a couple of years ago when I got my Switch. It was fun. Still a fun game.
You have these two. This one is the unmasked version. And it's again, no, this is by Figma. And then you have this one, which is by the same company. So I bought these two before I knew that big diecast one was going to be in the works.
You can always mail those to Wilson. It's cool.
Wilson doesn't like these type of toys. He likes retro.
I don't mind those. I played that game.
Do you remember it was a big deal when we found out that Metroid was female?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a huge thing.
Yeah. I bet it got Ternard all nervous.
I've been playing a female this whole time. Oh, my God. Red Dead is fun just for that. Ternard's homophobia.
I got two more comics, I think. The Beauty, issue number 8, which is pretty good. There's this like killer assassin in this book who got captured.
Oh, wow.
But of course, he doesn't stay captured by lab guys for very long. And that's his face under his mask. Ew, creepy. So, have any of you guys watched the Beauty TV show?
No.
No, I have not.
It's actually based on the comic, but they're kind of separate too. The TV show is pretty good. I still got to finish it up, but this comic has been a lot of nice covers too. Another Jeremy Juan cover. He's also writing it. But I've been enjoying this series. What's mine? Oh, my number is $12.95.
What do you
There
mean?
you go.
This comic has individual numbers on it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Just so your comic is an individual.
Okay.
Technically, it's one of a kind because that's
Yep.
the only one that has that number on it.
Trying to create a collectible.
Yeah.
We have no idea how many of them are printed.
Yeah.
We just you're usually around the same numbers, right?
I'm usually in
the
the thousands. I've had in them. I think I had one time a couple weeks ago. I had like number 325 or something. That was my lowest number.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't seen a number go above like 10,000. That's for sure. Probably not above 6,000. I'll have to look at all my Ignition Press books.
Here's a question for you guys, especially Wilson. Have you guys ever heard of an old anime called Space Adventure Cobra?
Space Adventure Cobra. I never have.
Okay, so
That does not sound familiar to me.
no?
No, as I'm
Okay.
looking at the artwork, I've seen the artwork before.
Okay, you have, right?
Yeah, so I may have not watched it, but it says so. It's a 1982 one, and I have not. I don't think I've ever watched it.
Well, I was watching it a while ago. I had it on in the background, and I wasn't paying attention for like months, and then one day I just said, you know what, let me just pay attention to it, and like the character is pretty cool. Like he's really smooth. He's a smooth talker. He's kind of like he looks like Chuck Norris, right? He has like those mutton chops, and he's one of those characters that like I was doing research on him, and it's a very famous IP in France. So it really took off in France.
In France? Is it
Yeah.
Japanese?
Yeah. So yeah. So like I bought the whole series when I was out there this summer. Like the I think there's just 12 volumes. These are them right here. But I got duped because they said it was in English, but it's in all Japanese. So like Gigi likes to be read to. My wife is gonna have to read these for me before I go to bed.
Yeah. You can speak Japanese, but you can't read it?
Reading it is hard, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just checking.
I can read. There's there's 3 alphabets. I can read one of them, and the one that they mainly use in manga, it's really hard to read. The
Okay.
kanji, the
Yeah,
kanji.
our kanji is the name of the symbol. So
Yeah.
they're either using hiragana or katakana, depending on the origin of the words.
Well,
Uh,
yeah.
And then the series is also famous. This is how I know of it. It's because of his car, which was eventually used as a transformer. So it's one of the few,
Cobra's car.
yes, it's one of the few cars that has little people inside of it. So when he transforms, it has the little people in it. It's one of the few transformer cars that still has people in it. So that was one of the more sought after car because of Transformers fans liked it, but also of the Cobra fans.
Can you
So I
show me
would
that
have seen-
car?
Let's see if I can find an image of the car.
Is it the car that has legs?
If that's in the series, yeah, it's the black and silver car, I believe.
Okay.
Have you ever used Google Translate to read a comic, Julio?
I don't like going
Tony?
through all that trouble, but I think I'm gonna have to do that with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was used as a GoBot, not a transformer.
GoBot. Okay, I see. Yeah,
It was
yeah,
used
yeah.
as a GoBot.
I can see that. Yep. But like I got this too, because like I like as soon as I saw the series, it was like on if you have a Samsung TV, there's a streaming channel 3207, and they stream a lot of manga. And I'm not the biggest manga fan. I really don't like manga, but I like the older manga because it's not like that cutesy big alien eyes with like the pointy nose and the pointy chin look. You know, like when you watch the old Cobra series, it kind of reminds you of G.I. Joe, like early G.I. Joe art from the cartoon.
Right.
Yeah, so it has like that, you know, it just has like a nice complete feel to it. Like as opposed to they're just going for like these like I guess this cheap artwork that's cute, you know? So yeah, I'm not a huge anime or manga fan, but like I like to go for the older stuff.
I put a link in what it looks like, but it doesn't have
Thanks.
me share it, so I put it into the private chat.
Okay.
And there's
Oh,
an
I
image,
see it now. Yeah, yeah.
so
I
you
see
can
it.
go and see the what the car looks like in the toy, because it was called Machine Robo Psycho Droid.
I remember this.
Yeah. So that car was eventually used as a GoBot.
Oh, nice.
Tit Goblin says, I don't remember any GoBots in Chris's collection. Why do you hate GoBots, Chris?
GoBots came out before Transformers.
Yes, a little bit right before Transformers.
Yeah.
Spoken like a real bullpenner.
But
But
cartoons-
eventually, Hasbro bought GoBots as well.
And they did nothing with it, right?
Nothing. They
I
just
was
kept the
a-
names.
I was a
and,
snob. I was a Transformers guy, and I thought GoBots were inferior and beneath me.
Yeah. As they are. As they are.
And it turns out my first transforming robot was a GoBot.
Mine too.
Yeah, I had the Jeep. I forget the name of him, but it was like that was the first one. I was also the only one I could afford with my own money at the time. And the GoBots were Matchbox size action figures.
And the last comic I got this week is Spawn, number 378. Wow, they're really closing in on 400.
Wow.
Who's drawing that?
New creative team. This is their third issue. It's the plot is script plot Matthew Rosenberg, art Steven Segovia, colors Robert Nugent, and lettering Tom Orzechowski.
I thought you was gonna say Steven Seagal.
And this is their third issue together.
Oh,
And I gotta say, this was good.
the
It was
art
the
looks pretty
first
cool.
one I've liked out of the three.
Yeah.
And it's really done like God, do you remember the Bruce Jones Hulk, where he was doing like a fugitive thing and you never really saw the Hulk? You just saw his destruction kind of thing.
What?
Well, in this, it's like what's his name? Simmons, who shows up and is in most of the issue. And I don't think we haven't seen Spawn much in the first two issues of this new arc. We've seen the results kind of Spawn. And now what's his name? Al Simmons? Al Simmons is talking to this vampire chick a lot of the issue. And then only for a few pages does he turn into Spawn and kill everyone. And then at the end, Al Simmons, what was that?
Wait, he can turn to Spawn and back to human? Is that what you're saying?
Now he can.
Can I see
This is
evidence of
new.
that? Can I see evidence of that from your book?
Sure.
And when did this happen? Like I thought he died.
He
Went to
died.
hell.
He
As
got
it says
better.
in this
He got better.
he got better. That's exactly it.
That's
That's
it.
Al Simmons right there. And then where's his big then he goes, like I said, I came here to play nice. So that's him that he transforms into Spawn.
Huh.
First time he's done that. And then at the end, he's back to Al Simmons amongst all the dead vampires going, yeah, tell your boss to come here.
All right.
So it's a little bit like that Hulk
Hmm.
that Bruce Jones was dead. It was a good issue, though.
I noticed they brought back the counter again.
I didn't even notice that. There's the counter.
Yep.
I thought it was a date for some reason, but no, it's the counter. You're right.
Oh, it could be a date. Maybe
Okay.
that's the date release of the issue 400.
I, of course, completely skipped the TV talking to you page. I always do.
Okay, I remember that Bruce Jones Hulk run. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
Axel
sort of
Alonso. Axel
Sort of
Alonso was the
similar
editor.
thing. Sort of similar.
Axel Alonso was the editor of this.
Of
If I'm
what?
correct. Axel
Of
Alonso.
that Hulk? He was the editor then?
I
He's
think
at
so.
another, I forget what company. He's at AWA, I think.
Something
He's
like
wrestling?
that.
He's wrestling now?
No.
Different AWA. Tit Goblin says the only thing GoBots did was confuse grandmothers into buying them, thinking they were Transformers.
Yeah.
The last
Grandmothers.
issue-
Oh.
The last issue that I have is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 35.
Ah.
And apparently the previous issues has introduced the son of Aunt May and Ben
Huh?
Parker that
Okay.
everyone thought didn't survive childbirth, but apparently he did. And Peter can't deal with it, so he's become full-time Spider-Man, dodging the calls from Aunt May, and he's
Huh.
trying to figure out what to do with his life. And we have Cage, who is the current mayor of New York. He's dealing with his own shenanigans. And Peter has like a group of people that are mostly aliens living with him.
Huh.
And so he's dealing with that type of stuff. So it's the usual Peter Parker down on his luck. And then they bring back Spider-Gwen, or Ghost Spider, who was going on a rampage. And Spider-Man has been working with Damage Control. This is the new head of Damage Control. And so it's a typical adventure where, again, because he's ignoring the calls from Aunt May, so someone finally gets in touch with him, and it's not Aunt May, and that Aunt May is at the hospital, and it doesn't look good.
Ah.
And then this says to be continued in Amazing Spider-Man 1000.
Wow. 1,000 issues?
That's
Yep.
what they're saying that number is going to be. But in the back of the book, I also wanted to point out that this month's host is Corey Pettit.
Ah.
So apparently he's hosting, I guess, this back page.
Okay.
I remember that guy.
I thought that was pretty nice. So there you go.
He has been lettering for a long time now.
Oh, yeah.
Not as long as Dave Sharp, but you know.
For a long time.
About 20 years, right? Something?
Yeah.
20?
Oh, there was
Maybe
a
more.
guy. I don't remember which book it was here. Was it he was before, I think he was before all your guys' time in the bullpen. His name was Steve Dutro. He was a letterer, and I just saw him credited with lettering. I don't remember which book it was. I was like, Steve Dutro, I haven't seen his name in a credits box in a long time. He's one of those guys who I don't know if anybody knows what happened to him after the bullpen. Because there's a few guys who, you know, just kind of disappeared on the
Right.
rest of us bullpenners. Because that's what happened in those days. Which one was it?
Yeah, I don't recall ever meeting him.
Yeah, he was a good guy. Pat Brosea, not him.
Let's see, he
That
was
guy
also
I know. I
he
know
was
Pat Bro.
nominated for Best Letter Eisner Award in 2016.
Who?
Who was?
Steve Dutro.
Oh, for what?
For his work on Dark Horse's Blood Sea, Midnight Society, and Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah.
Pat Brosal. I used to call him Pat Broseph because I didn't know how to pronounce his name.
Well, I call him Pat Brosao because I don't actually know him, but I'm friends with him on Facebook.
He used to have a crush on me.
What?
He used to have a crush on me.
He used to have a crush on you?
Yeah. I used to wear cowboy boots to work, and every time I would walk by his office, he would run to the door.
You're thinking of a different guy.
No, I'm thinking of the letterer. He worked at DC too.
Oh, I know.
He worked at Marvel in the early 90s.
I never met him, so I think you're thinking of someone else.
No, it's the
But
same dude because he told me he worked at Marvel too. I know Pat.
Okay.
Yeah. He used to call me baby boots because every time I would walk past his office, he thought it was a girl in heels. So he would run to the door to see who it was, and it was just little old me.
I'm pretty sure he's got a wife.
Yeah, Jen. Yeah. She used to work at DC too.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But it was one day he was saying something, because I always thought his name was Brousseau. That's how I'd pronounce his name.
I called him Broseph. So
Oh, Grendel Steve Dutro is lettering. There we go.
Oh, okay, because he was on Grendel before.
And one day Pat was complaining on Facebook that somebody once again wasn't pronouncing his name right or something like that. But he didn't tell us how his name is pronounced. Usually when you complain about your name being pronounced right, not right, you tell people how to pronounce your name.
Yeah.
You know, his name. Well, the name is French.
yeah.
In French, it's pronounced Brosso.
What?
So I pronounce it Brosso.
Borso?
Brosso.
I looked at his name and went, "You remember Junior Seau?"
Yeah.
I was like, "That's how his
Cardinals.
last name. That's how the last part of his last name is spelled." So I call him Bro Seau, like he was Filipino or whatever Junior Seau was.
I think it was
Hawaiian?
Samoan.
Samoan.
Yeah. No, but Pat Broseph, he's a very quiet dude. Very
Okay,
quiet.
so quiet. I never ever met him. I don't think.
But he has a dry sense of humor. So it's like you
All
gotta
right.
like. He's a funny dude. He's a funny dude.
I know him from Facebook, but I don't think I
Okay.
ever met him in Mar. And he was in the bullpen before me, I think.
Yeah, he was there in the early 90s because he told me that. And then I
He
was like,
wasn't there in the early 90s because I was there in the early 90s.
well, I was like, how old are you? Because I'm like, because he doesn't. When I met him at DC, he didn't look. I was like, you have to be like in your 40s.
He must have been there in the late 80s,
Yeah, because
right before I got there.
I wonder how old he is now. Because like when he told me that, I was like, well, no one I know has ever mentioned him, like you or Johnny or so. Then
He was before our time.
yeah, so he predates you guys. So I'm like, damn,
Right.
how old is this guy?
Huh.
So like I guess at the time he had to be in his 40s, but he didn't look it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he moved to California at one point.
Yeah, I think he's in Cali.
Yeah, because his wife got a job with
I
Disney.
believe he is.
Yeah. And he's from Maine. I think he's from Maine.
Okay.
Yeah. He's one of those uppity folks like Jacob.
You don't usually hear people from Maine called uppity, but
I mean, they're from-
Caroline is
no,
from
they're from-
Maine too. You might be onto something.
I didn't know. See, I hope she doesn't watch this. I'm not gonna co-sign that.
She's been on this show before. It's been a few years, but
Caroline is that lady who used to work at Marvel, right?
yes, you worked in the bullpen.
Okay, I remember. I think I met her at your barbecues.
Yes.
And I remember Thomas saying like she used to drive him crazy, or somebody said that she used to drive them crazy.
She's medicated now.
Oh, because I brought it up to her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I was different back in those days." That's what she was telling me.
She was nice, but she could drive you a little crazy.
It was at one of your barbecues. She told me.
Yeah. She was there this year.
Yeah, I think I saw the picture. I think Jerry was there, right?
Jerry was here. Yep.
Did he cycle? Did he ride his
No,
bike?
he did not cycle this time. He only did that once, and no one will ever forget it because he showed up nearly dead.
Oh man.
He must have cycled 20 miles on a hot August day to get from New Jersey to my house.
Mm.
And he wouldn't take the shorter route because he was afraid of bears.
Damn. He didn't take his crossbow with him.
What kind of motorcycles were bears driving?
No, it was not a motorcycle. It was a bicycle.
Oh, a bicycle. Oh,
bicycle.
oh.
It was
Wow.
just when a meme was going around from somewhere in Russia of a guy on a bicycle and a bear came out of the woods and started chasing him.
I remember that. Should I prank him on live on your stream?
I
did that once.
Don't prank him live on the stream.
I did it once. I remember I called them for some. I was like, "Hello, sir. We're calling. I'm calling from the national committee of Mustang collectors, something like that."
Yes.
You remember?
That's when we were on a Zoom call once.
And he was like, "Hold on, sir," and then he hung up and he called me back.
My Wednesday night Zoom calls. I might start those up again.
Kalinowski.
Offline. An offline hangout.
Chris did a good Kalinowski.
Everyone did.
Not me. Look, Paul.
Look, Paul.
There was that one intern who did the best, Jerry.
Oh, yeah. And Jerry, I heard Jerry hated that kid.
Much like Caroline, Jerry's mellowed out quite a bit, too, in his old age.
There was remember that intern who interned with Jacob? We called him Big Pete.
Pete Smith.
Okay, so I was told last week, and I was at work, and this guy was telling me that there was a Comic-Con happening in near Colorado Springs, and I was like, I don't want to drive all the way down there. And then I looked at who the guests were, and I saw that guy, and I was like, I recognize that face. I guess he's done work since then. Like, I don't really know what he's worked on, but I just remember we used to call him Big Pete because there was we had Pete Franco.
Ah.
And that's the only way we could like figure out
differentiate them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You going to New York Comic Con?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Nah.
I didn't think so.
No.
You're
you are. You are, right?
I am. The first time since I think 2019, I'll be going to New York Comic Con. I don't know what I'll be doing there besides socializing.
You're not picking up any books? Maybe you are, right?
Nah. I got 14 comics this week at my local comic shop. I got no need to buy comics at a Comic Con. I get my fill, that's for sure. Matter of fact, I have to put a moratorium on buying books right now too, because I got no room for any more books and one less class to teach, so I don't have the money coming in.
Oh. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I teach high school, and I'm telling you, these kids are not ready for college. They're not ready.
No.
Nah, man. If whatever you heard online you thought was fake, it's true. These kids cannot. A lot of kids are having a hard time reading or writing. So like
they've never read a book.
Never read a book, and they refuse to read a book.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like wow. Like I try to get them with comics. Sometimes it doesn't work.
A few years ago, I was on Discord, and this kid said that asked me why I always ended my sentences with punctuation.
Wow. I never even thought of that before.
What is it?
They're so used to texting where they don't use punctuation, they don't even know what it's for.
Yeah.
Wow.
It sounded so final.
That's how you know it ends. I mean, just
yes.
They're going back to ancient writing when there was no spaces and no punctuation.
Yeah, we're gonna start using hieroglyphics.
No, that's what emojis are.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually had one of my students say to me this week, because it was the first day, wow, I learned more today than I ever learned on YouTube.
Oh shit.
I'm like, all right.
Was he
There
joking?
you go. Better
No.
than YouTube.
No.
Oh shit.
I'm like, good, I'm doing my job.
Right.
Wow.
Like I've always said, Julio, one of my theses is students are so much better, like art students are so much better than when I was in school. Because I had 3 books and that was it. And they were all too advanced for me. They now have, YouTube and lots of other things that they can watch to learn how to draw. That,
But
I never
but
had.
this is the thing though. It kind of balances out because okay, you had your 3 books, right? But back then
it doesn't balance out in that they can draw better than I could. I mean,
No.
they can draw better now coming in to my class than it's also because it's a good school too, than I could draw, when I was their age.
FIT, right?
No, Pratt.
Okay. Because I don't know, like today, like it kind of feels like art has been cheapened. See, you had your 3 books, but you probably got paid more for your art.
I never got paid for my art. What are you
If,
kidding
or,
me?
or if you were to get paid, or
If I
you
were to
get
get
paid.
yes, if I were
Right.
to get paid, well, a lot of that went away. Like movie posters used to be a good living until the late 80s. So some of the stuff went away early.
You mean
Like in the-
Struzan? Struzan?
What was that? Drew
The guy
Struzan?
who, yeah. Drew
Yeah, he's
Struzan?
the Spider-Man, the Star Wars guy.
He did everything from the 70s.
Most everything.
Yeah.
Like he'd get paid $10,000 or more for a painting.
Right.
But then photography took over a lot of it.
Okay.
And you could you could have someone put together some cheap photo thing for a lot cheaper than playing Drew Struzan.
But,
So that's when people say like the late 80s was the fall off in movie posters. So that some of that came even before this era.
Yeah, you had like album covers for a long time was making artists money, and then
Right.
everything shrank. So
yeah.
Yeah.
CD covers and cassettes they weren't paying that kind of money anymore.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, since you're in the art community, Jared, like you read comics and you teach up and coming artists. I wonder if people are interested in going to galleries anymore, galleries or museums, because now, like when I say it all evens out is because, I don't think people pay to see art anymore. Like,
people never
because
did.
of Instagram.
Yeah, but people never really paid to see art. Museums were always cheap.
Yeah, but you're still paying.
Galleries were free. And those are only in the big cities anyway.
Okay.
So I don't think that ever existed that much.
Okay, so the starving artist was always starving and was destined to starve.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you can get into any of those systems, you're good.
Right.
But most, I can remember when I was a freshman, and I was going to SUNY Sullivan, hardly a big name art school, but they specialized in commercial art. And I remember one teacher telling us, look to your left, look to your right. Half of the people won't even make it through this semester. I was like, what do you mean? This is SUNY Sullivan. You can't make it through
you're
this
going to get
semester.
shanked in the yard.
Yeah. And sure enough, half the class didn't even make it to the end of the year, let alone graduation. And even people who like when I think of all the people I went to school with, most of them haven't picked up a pencil in 25 years. They find other, they paint. You paint digitally. You're teaching school now, right?
Who?
You. You just said and you did digital painting too, right? The
Yeah, but
3D models.
yeah, but like that's just a hobby. But like
Okay.
I paint jackets thanks to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are doing something. That's good.
Yeah, I paint jackets, my own
But think of how
jackets.
many people aren't, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Tons.
But like
It's tough.
to me,
It's
like
tough.
art has been cheapened because like we're overly exposed to art. Like when your student told you, this is more than I learned from YouTube.
Right.
It's like we're desensitized to it now because like you can just sit on your couch and you can watch in a span of 10 minutes, you can watch over 100 posts of how
a constant stream of images.
So it doesn't hold the same like wow factor like it did before, where you would show somebody a piece that took you probably like 6 months to complete. And that was enough for them to like go, wow. But like now it's like you're just an afterthought within like a couple of seconds.
Well, that's also because everything is presented the same way on your phone screen.
Yeah.
If they were to see a 2 foot by 3 foot painting in real life, they'd be like, wow. But it's presented the same as a meme on your phone screen.
Yeah. So I don't know how money gets. I don't know how. Yeah, you're saying they draw better, but I don't know if they're making money.
If that'll do any good.
Right, because the thing is, everything is because people expect you to do art for free now.
Yeah, but they also have a lot of people. They now have the internet to market themselves. Not that it's easy, but there are people out there making a living as an artist selling prints to people on the internet. Now that's probably 1 out of 10 people who try it.
Yeah.
But at least it is. I was just explaining to I left a comment on this young woman. Thinks she just graduated art school, and she was like, "Here are the things I wish I learned in art school," and most of it was business. It was business stuff she wanted to know.
Yeah,
how to make an LLC, how to make a print, and I said something like, keep in mind they got business school. That's a whole other college. You can't really expect to learn a ton about business at art school. That's what you learn in business school. Like that's a whole other subject.
Or you get an agent. You get an agent.
You don't get an agent when you have no work.
True. Yeah.
An agent manages your work and gets you more. An agent doesn't get you work. That's the difference. We think.
You sure about that? Agents don't find work for you?
They will if you already have work.
Okay. So you have to establish that first.
Yes. If you're nobody, an agent's not taking you on.
Right. Like if you're a person of no interest. If you're a person of no interest.
Yes. You're a person of no interest, no agent is going to take you.
Gotcha.
So I was explaining to this girl too. I was like, because she was like, man, I wish I'd learned this and this. So you can sell prints on the internet. I have to learn that on my own after school. And I was like, I kept saying to her, you're not alone. When I graduated art school, I was completely clueless. I graduated in the late 80s. There was no internet. There was no way to make prints. There was no way to market it. I was like, and I mentioned even when my friends and I put out our comic book in '97, there was no way to promote it except Diamond. We paid Diamond to get in their catalog and to promote our book. That was it. If that didn't work, you had nothing.
But I say this though, it's like today, there are many avenues for you to promote stuff. You're right, but we're overly stimulated that we don't even care.
Your chances of success are still low.
Right. So it's like it almost evens out. It's the same thing.
I don't think it evens out. You just have a 5% chance instead of a 1% chance.
Oh, okay. So there's a slight increase. Okay.
Yes, there's an increase.
Okay. I can agree with that.
And it's much, much easier to fool yourself into thinking you're doing something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I did this. I did all the steps. I'm still nobody cares. But you can, as you're doing the steps, you're actually doing something though. As opposed to, 1997 was like, what are the steps? Pay Diamond $200 to advertise your book. That was the steps.
That's pretty cheap though.
Well,
today that's cheap. I'll do that today.
In 1997, when you're trying to get an indie comic off the ground and you're paying for all the printing yourself.
Which comic was this? Was this the one you did? Is this Marie Javis's book?
No, this is one I did with
Red-
Ed Murr and John Bly.
Read something.
The Red Menace Comics was
Red
the name of
Menace.
the company. Kansas Thunder was our anthology, and then I put out Delia Charm for 2 issues. And I've just been learning how to bind them, so I've got them as hardcovers
You're like Ron Burgundy,
now.
leather bound.
Hmm. Well, we have driven all our viewers but 3 away.
Who is that dude? Tick Monster.
Tit Goblin.
Kit Goblin. He's one of our viewers.
He never worked in the bullpen.
No,
Okay.
he's just a guy I've known. He lives up in Canada. I'm
He's
friends with him
Canadian?
on Facebook. Yep.
Is he
Under
a drummer?
real name.
He's an
What's
artist.
that? He's an artist.
He's not a drummer.
He's not a drummer. As far as I know, he's not a drummer. I couldn't swear to it.
Don't you hate Canadian music?
Don't I hate Canadian music?
You
What?
told me that many times.
I
First
wouldn't
off,
even know what
hearing it.
Canadian music
Many
is.
times.
You told me he hated Rush.
I'm not a fan of Rush. If
Canadian
I
music.
listen to too much Rush, it'll give me a headache. So I stay
I
away.
don't think you could count Rush as being all of Canada.
It is.
And I don't hate Rush. I like their hits, but I ain't gonna listen to no Rush album.
I've listened to Rush albums.
Well, let's say good night to everyone out there. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
I'll give you some confetti and some balloons. And thanks for hanging with us and having a good time.